Let's find out who's gonna make it to the grand finals to play OpTic. So without further ado, the first squad coming to the stage aren't looking to have anything gentle about this performance. Get loud, Texas, for the Paris mates. Simp, Envoy, Neptune, and Ghosty looking to come to the stage and get two more amazing performances to be able to call themselves champions here in Texas. Show them some love, the Paris GentleMates.
They've only had about 20 minutes to regain, but I gotta tell you, that was an uncharacteristic performance out of these guys, and more in particular, Neptune. He's going up against his ex-teammates. You know he's looking to dominate and impose his will. Let's get this game going.
Yeah, and it's definitely gonna be fueling their fire, but the other squad has been going to make it to this moment. They pushed through the fire, but let's see if they can get to the fire of the finals. Ladies and gentlemen, get loud for FaZe Vegas. Simp, 04, Draza, and Abuzah. They've left it all out on the stage, match after match. And wearing their red jerseys, they're looking to put on a statement in this series.
Let us not forget that this is a team that changed simply because a couple firsts a year was not good enough. They want to take it all. And so now this is their first opportunity. They've had to go through the elimination bracket, but they've been doing it easily. I will say, though, there's one other player on the other side of this matchup that is tired of getting second. Let's get a banger started, guy.
We'll see.
Already pressure around this mid-map area. 2-2 splits in the fights, and it's Ghosty, last man standing on the HP. You are hard blocking those spawns as well, so all of FaZe spawning over towards blue. You need to find a break, and you good opening kill there from Simp.
Even better from Sid. He's got a crossing angle. That'll find Draza. We talked a lot about these long AR maps. Sid is going to want to challenge everything, and so far he's looked really solid. Trying to take away space now is Neptune. Finds Abuzah, trying to pogo stick over the top, and he's going to now create an opportunity to move the spawns around, but a quick shutdown from 04 stabilizes things for FaZe.
Yeah, that's 3 dead in the feed. 15 seconds still here to fight for at the P1, and you have the rotation at P2. So now Paris forced to hit the rotation, and it's easy when you're finding opening kills with the beams. Least of the first, but Ghosty with the trade does not give you the numbers. A clean 4 dead now for FaZe. They got rotation anew.
And you saw the stats as we were getting the cinematic fly-through. 2-0 on the map for FaZe. Good average point differential in their favor. Most importantly, their hold percentage has been over 70%.
The route, you're trying to spawn all of Paris on the backside of green. But just in case it gets a little bit scary, you still got a Hellstorm in the back pocket.
You might not even need the Hellstorm, you just need a Simp. He's 11-2, nearly tallying more kills individually than the rest of his teammates right now. In a game where they find themselves currently down, but we get over to P3. Things starting to develop now as Paris hit through the middle of the map. Abuzah there to beat the first, and he wins the second. That's a huge double and a lot of space now to clear out for FaZe.
Yeah, if Paris are not winning the rotations, which they usually do, they usually bank on their breaks, but some of these hills are very unbreakable, and P3 so far has been the case for them. A lead change here for FaZe. Paris not willing to give up all this time for free, trying to apply pressure through mid-cut. You get one, you're trying to get the second, but you keep on trading if your FaZe is still whole.
Yeah, man, it's just those low-number situations. When Simp is shooting like this and Abuzah's just doing Abuzah things, this scrap time battle ends up tilting in favor of FaZe. So great moment for them over 3. They enjoy a 17-point lead. Nate's now being exchanged as we turn our attention over to 4.
And this is where FaZe are starting to be the aggressors. Cuts them all down towards plane, so now FaZe have to hit the reset. Everyone through the middle of the map, not a hill that you really want to use the Hellstorm on, so you got to get it done with the guns.
Yeah, Envoy sees one cross, wants the blood, but gets punished. Neptune on the other extension will also fall, so spawns are now immediately out for Paris. Falling apart all of a sudden with the GentleMates as Draza somehow tallies a second. Envoy, a slow start for him, trying to get the sub in towards the hard point. 6-12, not able to find 04 a pop. That's enough for FaZe to hold.
And that's all 4 dead again for FaZe. The ARs popping off alongside Simp. Up by 20, you're forcing all of Paris to spawn over towards P2, flood their way through the middle of the map. And you are more than happy to just take this final 20, knowing that you got that Hellstorm for P5.
Really clean start for FaZe. Really, really clean. And on the other side, Paris, this looks almost too similar to what they just had in the Winners Finals. We need to see someone start to essentially be a spark plug.
Still trying to break from the front side. You have the map control, you just got to get to the HP.
Yeah, but all these routes through mid and around the back have been largely shut down, so with 35 seconds on the clock, now if you're FaZe, you essentially just have to hope you win gunfights from the front. You don't really have an opportunity to create another route. 04 is going to try for one, but holding that that is Envoy. Not going to win that fight off map, but as we start to go on over, Paris are going to have a chance to get over 100 points, and as long as they can deal with this last hit, maybe they can take the lead, but FaZe will find entry from the front.
Yeah, they just outnumber them with the pressure through the front door. Last man standing. Dross is able to find it, and it's still those spawns for Paris on the backside of green. So Vegas are looking potentially chain it over towards the P1. Trap them on this side of the map, and with Simp triple positive, you gotta start to slow him down.
Yeah, running out of ammunition, goes over to the pistol just to try to finesse that exit. But Paris will find a quick transition over to 1. Just down 20 points. FaZe trying to work on the motel side of the map. 04 is able to sniff out to Neptune. Now back over to the middle of the map. He gets himself 2. Looking for 3, but his teammates beating him to the punch. Ghosty able to respond with 2 of his own.
Funneling their way through backside of green or through the cut. So it's on you. If you are Simp to watch the OE, everyone else just stay alive in towards Delhi. You keep on finding your kills. All these routes are getting shut down, and Paris are not finding successful breaks.
Yeah, I mean, Neptune needs to, I was gonna say, try to find timing to hit onto the hard point itself. And he eventually is able to sniff out and take down Abuzah. 138 to 108. Simp, pistol out. That will work. Off the reload. Now a chance to continue to zone Paris further and further away from this P2 hard point. 12 seconds left before it opens up, and it's on to Simp to try to hold the angle.
I can only imagine what Maven sounds like in the green room with Simp having this kind of performance. He's popping takeover. As you're up by 50, you got the rotation as well over towards P2, but you get gunned down. So this is the opportunity for Paris with a great P2 to take the lead.
The spawns are a little bit all over the place right now. FaZe may be able to use this to their advantage as we jump into a FaZe. Listen in.
Behind you. I'm coming. No. Watch out. Left corner. Watch out there, but I can't drop. Oh my God, top weak. Listen, I gotta tell you this. I'm nailing top. Yeah, alright. I'm nailing low. You should double low. Top. Low post. Watch out. Let's go. Nice. You're better. I'm working at mid. There's 3 out right now. Nice, Chris. Keep on roll, Chris.
Wait, top green, Dante. You're missing.
I have a sub up here.
Dante mid.
Yo, behind you guys are blue too. Mid first guy.
Get 2 mid. I'll take mid.
Guys, a shot, Jordan.
I don't see anything.
It's fine green.
FaZe enjoying a comfortable lead, but Paris continue to give themselves opportunities, and we'll see how the GentleMates comp through this comeback.
Two. Let's go. Abuzah weak. And 04 minus 1 there. They are trying to flip them. He's close right gate. There's 2 here, Trev. They flipped. It's just 1 or 2. 04 behind us. 04 spawn behind us. We gonna though. 1 shot. 1 shot gate, 2 gate. We gonna okay.
No, just 1.
Spawn out.
They're pushing us up.
Oh no, Jaws.
Draws absolute actually. Front tank. He might want front cheese.
I'm so smart.
I'm
gonna go.
Stay alive, Trev. You gotta try to live. I'm just living.
Top juice. Jaws weak. And top juice. So top
The
juice.
hard point in blue. Eventually, though, with 25 seconds left to fight, FaZe in control. They've been able to win the spawns and then zone off this next hit from Paris. They can't find the kills they need, and FaZe get over 200 points.
Yeah, just big shout out to Abuzah, man. The sole man who stays alive towards blue, wins 1 gunfight, and then destroys Ghosty there for the second, secures the spawns, and allows Vegas to have the lead that they have. 5 seconds remaining here at the P4. You're trying to create layers now if you are Paris, but you are so far spread.
Yeah.
So if you are FaZe, you can just bully your way right through the front.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. Neptune shut down on the mid-cross. Ghost trying to work his way back over for 3-3, but that's not going to work out. So Envoy has to step up. Almost able to. The pistol. 4 in a row. 217, 163, but Paris still spawned close enough to reinforce. 04 trying to give it a heroic effort,
But they can no longer.
It just does not happen for Neptune on these routes when they need it to most. 32 and 19 meanwhile for Simp. Last 8 seconds, looking good for FaZe as 04 has the last word with the rest of his teammates around him. So they'll get over the 240 mark. Paris have to be perfect, and they've got a setup that they'll like here for P1, but Neptune again drops the opening fight.
The opening fight is the biggest one because now FaZe can start to work on some of these routes, and you also got a Hellstorm in the back pocket, so you're gonna force Paris to scatter like roaches. Everyone in towards the deli, everyone towards the backside of blue, and FaZe are in.
Yeah, they can just hold this as long as possible. Abuzah wins another 1v1. Last couple of seconds. Contest is in from Neptune. He's able to find one with a pistol. Through mid-map though, Simp almost able to get 2, but shut down by Simp. Last couple of FaZe members trying to win the game right here, and they're gonna find the kills they need. No one else from Paris gonna get there. FaZe open up with a win.
versus the best hard
I'm gonna go for that chow. I'm instantly gonna rotate.
Oh, and FaZe are not going to commit for that P2 staircase hit. Instead, they're going to stack the box. Maybe look to use some of these defensive nades late for their retake. Bomb being planted. Draza still holding up towards middle. Post plant setup for Paris, getting established, and it's going to be a 4-man flood from the front.
FaZe know that they have the advantage if they go from this angle, but to give the free first blood to Envoy, Abuzah there for the trade. 3v3, but the ARs have the crossfires. 1v2 for Abuzah.
So critical that smoke doesn't come through in time to keep them alive. Abuzah, though, almost able to line them up, but just a little bit too much health. Recon with sights over towards bottom dirt, no one home. Envoy maybe looking to get enabled to play through this staircase a bit.
Yeah, him and Neptune try to clear out space early over towards B. Neptune down in a position to watch over as Simp is rotating his way to that side of the map. Abuzah's gonna miss a shot through top window. But you still are unaccounting for where Envoy is.
Yeah. Oh. And you get a huge first blood, shutting down 0-4 at dirt. So now you kind of have to rotate through mid. Envoy gonna make his move, able to find Simp before being traded. That will work out. Abuzah in trouble, dancing, pistol out, can't get the regen. Neptune meanwhile finds the other. So clean back-to-back rounds so far for Paris.
Yeah, and I love how Paris were the aggressors there.
Sid good to take the scope over this direction though. He's able to find at least the contact on Abuzah, but both players will miss, and that will be okay. I see you, I respect you, let's just back off.
Bomb is getting aggressive up to that B side. If they had a double stack set up in towards the corner, Simp is able to find the trade, but it's Neptune there to keep his teammate alive. 1v3 now. All left up to Draza, instantly gonna get picked apart as Ghosty already gains the info. Trying to finesse his life long enough, it just gets on the opposite side and loses the fight.
Well,
yeah, and it don't matter.
But to say the quick follow-up is already there. I will say that is create something. Trophy system down on the corner at Zig. 0-4 will just push right by and step on it. Draza finds first blood though, that's key. It's gonna move the defense back out of mid just a touch to help over on this B site, but the hit will be on this A plan. Sib watching over the top, but he's got a scope and he misses timing on the exit, but still able to connect onto Simp. 3v3.
Got a chance to steal this round away.
Sib gets some more information before anyone falls. No, 0-4 the aggressive through mid Zig. Abuzah finds the second. 1v3, 1v2.
Ah, but he can't get away. If he hits that first shot on that cross, maybe.
So FaZe get there first on the board. Looking for back-to-back here on defense. This time it's their turn to take mid.
Different look here though. Envoy with an AR. Sib playing on his hip. Yep, it's gonna take his aim up top, and he's able to find just the top part of Draza's head. First blood out, but 0-4 is in some trouble here. And Paris are going to retake the middle of the map nicely. Abuzah with one response, but he's got to find the rest of it. Really good commitment for Paris off the first blood, and Abuzah's got nowhere to go.
Okay, just ready for that push was Paris. We find the first blood.
Getting a little bit stuck in place, or actually going to try to push forward and maybe try to play the retake from behind.
Yeah, FaZe can't waste no time here. There was a lot of information gained, and a lot of players from Paris around that mid-map area, so let's just get this bomb down.
Sib has to stay alive in this position. Draza on the other end. Does he recognize what he's about to be dealing with? Gets damage into one. Doesn't know if there's going to be a secondary challenge. And meanwhile, Simp is able to get the push through safe. Not once, but twice. Simp able to get the trade, but it's him versus the world. 1v4 opportunity. Finds the second. Does he get a read on where the last two are? The shots are decent, but the pressure was too imminent. And Paris are going to go up 5-1.
This time, FaZe need to have a better adjustment on their retake. It's the same exact round as the opening. You're not rushing the bomb plant now if you are Paris. Simp knows that they're here.
So watching the pitch, Neptune trying to find some space in the post play. Envoy able to get one, help from Simp gets the other. 2v2 though after the trades come out. Ghosty still isolated away from the bomb. And it's trying to be FaZe, picking him apart, but Envoy's in a good angle to stop Draza, and it's just down to Abuzah. Finds the first, has a little bit of space, throwing shoulders, has Envoy in front of him now off the regen. Can he find him in the corner? No, he hides in the bush. Oh, sneaky. That'll work out nicely. Trying to find a way to respond. This Draza is going to have the read on the staircase play. Abuzah down low, but able to win the fight with the pistol. Keep your attention now over to the minimap as 0-4 almost able to get the better of Neptune. Maybe enough damage for Abuzah to force it forwards, but Ghosty from behind keeps the goal safe.
Ghosty just allowing his team opportunities. It's another gunfight over towards Tank. He's on 3 in a row. Right now, FaZe have mid-map. You know where the play is going to be starting to develop, but you don't have players on the right side. You're waiting for this pinch from Simp.
got one member in Ghosty trying to watch for this. Draza trying to find effort from the front. Kills though favoring Paris. 2 defenders in place, but Paris are going to take their time. See if Envoy can open up this defensive line. And they're going to flip on the way back. 04 is going to chase the red dots, and FaZe will try to set up defensively over towards A.
Simp is just trying to value his life as long as he can. He knows the play is going to be on this side of the map, and this is where Envoy is going to strike. But he gets cut down, and that's already 4 dead, so you can instantly go right on.
But you got to get nades and stuns over the top of the land. Can they get there? Can they get the guns up? No, Simp gets the opening score.
Just having lead blockers, ISOing on their lanes, and Abuzah drawing the attention. All of Paris to put focus on him while the EMP is long and gone. FaZe now looking for another opportunity to add one quickly, but your lead blockers fall. It's all on 04. He gets nothing done, and you're still gonna go for it, but the goal line stop is it for Paris.
Abuzah with that kill on Envoy. You thought maybe he could get that pinky toe across the line, but cannot break the plane. 20 seconds on the clock. Simp playing the cutoff, able to find one. Can he get away with his life? Yes, he sure can. And now he can just sit behind enemy lines, trying to stop this overtime from happening, or maybe even finding the kill and repossessing this. Draza gets 2 from the front, but Simp gets shut down. Now it's just up to what Draza can complete, and he's able to find 3. Watsall, 4 to the pistol, able to find it with 2 seconds left, and now he's got the EMP to force overtime.
Oh, but your lead blocker in Abuzah does fall at that B point, so add a second one to the tally. Sib is clearing out over towards the speed side, but Simp on the opposite side, and 04 trying to work their way through the middle of the map.
04 can't find his win at mid, and Team Nade shuts down Simp. And you really
04
can't back up. 04's got to go quickly. 10 seconds on the clock. You need to force this forward here and now. 04 will drop. Draza nowhere to go. We'll end the half at a 1-0 tally.
Yeah, that's just another round where you just
Absolutely force the square peg into the round hole on the backside of this play at mid. Counter nades from FaZe are working out, forcing Neptune to have to step up, but he only gets 1. FaZe will have the numbers at mid.
Look at 04 already clearing lane towards B. You just got to get the EMP carry on that side. The Simps does fall to the hands of Ghosty. Draza trying to make up for it. He finds 2. The rest of Paris just trying to keep the EMP right in front of them, that they're turning the corners and losing the fights. FaZe have an opportunity here.
Yeah, now Draza off the regen and the reload. Abuzah gives you 1 on the pinch. Numbers for FaZe. Oh, we joking? Thought Ghosty had him dead to right. Simp now with the pistol, doesn't need it. 04 finds the kill, and a second score is gonna come through. Simp gonna take his time so his team can reset.
Yep, just gotta get back over to the right side of the map. All of Paris are gonna just forfeit this score. Play over towards the tank. You have the numbers. Big kill out of Envoy. You take care of the guy on the pinch. Last man standing is going to be Draza.
And you've got Envoy trying to play forward. He creates space for Neptune to follow up. Able to get 1 more, and there's the counter score. Immediate re-break coming out. 2-1 the count. Ghosty still finding exit kills, and now Paris are sprinting to the bottom part of the map.
And FaZe got to get over to the opposite side, man, because Ghosty is one-on-one gunfight. Clears out the spawn. You're allowing your teammates to reset back over to the A point, but Envoy is now popping off.
Oh, Envoy for 3! Off the spawn, FaZe are trying to flood forward. Nades are landed, the EMP's not doing it. Envoy's killing everything, but the EMP's still down towards dirt. It's a heroic effort, but it may not mean anything, as Paris could not support it with an actual push.
And that's all off the communication. Someone has to grab that EMP. You're not expecting Envoy to basically pop a 4-piece in the spawn, but when he's clearing it out, the closest guy, grab it so you could potentially score. You waste time, and now FaZe off the respawn are slaying their way back through the middle of the map. Paris on the back foot.
You cannot make mistakes like that if you're Paris. Ghosty trying to make up for it. Holding this opening corner, but he's tagged down low. FaZe finding a couple of kills, having Ghosty needed to pop up. Pistol out, Neptune can't get back in time, and it's a 3rd score for FaZe. A lot of daylight now as they get into the late stages of the second half.
2.5.
Winning strategy for FaZe has been all weekend long for them. Forced the sense of urgency now for Paris. They do get 1 member forward, but Abuzah will spawn right back up to help out this setup. On the cross, Draws is able to scout out 1. Simp up and over, not gonna find anything. It's just an absolute blender trying to work through these choke points, and now you're down to 35 seconds with no one left alive.
Yeah, everyone's spawning all the way at that B point. Not gonna have another opportunity. It's basically gonna be a GG. You gotta fly and you gotta fry. You gotta get this score in the next 5 seconds. It doesn't seem like that's gonna be possible because Abuzah again with the AR lines up 3, steals the souls of the GentleMates here on the map number 3. And FaZe are gonna have the advantage to try to go to that grand finals up 2-1.
And it's just so clean. Punishing mistakes from Paris, I think that's gonna be how we synopsize this entire map. 2 different moments. FaZe's first gunfight on that mid pitch. You can't get anyone defensively over to stop the score. But what in the heck happens behind Envoy's 5-piece? No one's even got the EMP. And Simp will grab that. Neptune trying to fight back. I'll tell you, man, Neptune has gone relatively quiet in this, well, really this entire Sunday. You're going to need them, like you mentioned. The SMGs for Paris need to lock things down, and okay. Neptune shuts me up pretty quick. Semtex plus the SMG looking for more as Draza is low, and they will get it. Neptune on 3 in a row, and Paris have the hill.
Yeah, right on cue. Mr. McLeod, you need to have your impact be felt, especially on a map like Colossus, but it's still the mix fest of the battles at the P1. 15 seconds left to go. Envoy starting to think about those rotations over towards blue. Last man standing is going to be Simp, and McLeod, okay, he's here.
Yeah, we need that if you're Paris. We need that big time. Good information gathering here as Neptune gets back to full health. Semtex pushes him off the angle, and a little pop-up from Simp has the clearance up top at mid. P2 is open, but no one is in a position to lock it down early. Spawns are still good for GentleMates, but 04 will get into the hill and have a chance to kind of defend this thing from the front with Draza.
First attempt right there for FaZe, right through the front door. All the Paris are coming off the respawn, so they were not in the positions that they wanted to be here at the next HP. Now FaZe trying to run up the score even more, applying the pressure with the SMGs. You're keeping the numbers on your side. Simp, last man standing, he gets cut down, and now you're forcing Paris early off the rotation.
You do get a couple of kills right here, though, to allow Paris a chance to try to finesse the scrap time on 2. Kills just are not there, though. The SMGs for FaZe lighting it up. 04 finds 3 of the 4, and now look how quickly FaZe can flip the spawns around, put Paris in the worst possible position, and really force Ghosty to have to go big. He's able to get a little bit of help from Sib on that long route, so at least the hard point stays neutral, and there's a chance here for Paris to try to battle back down big early.
But you got to be spawning over towards this blue side. You don't have tunnel, but a stun and nade does connect onto Draza, and he's still able to pop a double on 6 in a row.
Oh,
some people know him as the CEO. He is on one in this series.
Paris in the hill. And yep, this is what you're looking at. Draza with that spree is able to put in an early Hellstorm. 04 finds one, trying to stretch across the map. Pinstripe kill feed though, and an opportunity to stay alive at tunnel. So you really don't get much here with this Hellstorm. Spawns will be close towards the Godheady though for FaZe. They're gonna try to hit this one more time.
Yep, you have the tunnel pitch developing here for Draza. He loses his one-on-one. The rest of FaZe trying to go through the front door, and it's 04 and Abuzah giving them the advantage now. Last man standing is gonna be Neptune. All of his teammates spawning behind him at the blue area. So you're gonna lose this gunfight and now lose the rotation over towards B4. Kill feed is lit up in pink. Paris gotta stop the bleeding soon.
What a set of wins right there for Simp. The only one really throwing his effort onto the hard point. And he comes away with 2, stops the rotation, and creates all of this space for now, but Draza in some trouble, trying to get a dance with Neptune, and Simp who finds it instead of the pistol when it comes out. Spawns move, and it's a full clearance on the hill for Paris.
A perfect break on your first attempt, all 4 dead, and now Vegas spawning on the opposite side of the map. Creating the layers is gonna be Ghosty and Simp. Right through top mid. You know the pressure's gonna be on this side and through statue, so if you are Envoy, don't ego chow.
No. Envoy's in trouble though, really doesn't have the opportunity even if you wanted it. Pops up, dealt with by Abuzah, who is just waiting for that pop-up. Way too easy for FaZe from the front. That's just not something we see from Paris. When they rotate and find a setup, they usually don't get broken, but that was overextension route, and Simp's really not in a position to deal with it initially. Stunned up in the back, 04 is going to toss him a Semtex and try to clean it up himself. Help is on the way here for Paris, but they're not going to get here in time. It's just down to Envoy, and as he drops, FaZe get another very quick flip.
Yeah, it's just on the initial push. They're finding success on their first break attempts. Paris is just not fully set up because players are trying to take some nasty routes, catch them off guard, and then when you're taking those routes and losing those fights, you're not in a position off the respawn. So FaZe take the lead again. Now back spawn secured here for Paris, and this is ideal for FaZe because it makes your rotation to P3 a lot easier.
Absolutely. Growing the lead simultaneously while all this is happening. Win over towards the side door for Ghosty. Finds one more on top of them. Low health. Draza pulling it up and finding a couple. Keeping the hard point in the name of FaZe. Shut down. Draza roaring again. The player cam is FaZe taking another nice lead.
This guy is unbelievable. He finds another kill.
And it's here for Paris to at least stabilize on the map just a touch.
And this is where 04 can break them down with that route, but his teammates do fall while hitting it. So you're going to spawn your teammates now over towards blue. It's going to draw now Draza to use this Hellstorm. Try to give the comm to his teammates, but again, another situation where you call this in and everyone is falling like flies. Not ideal. Another lead change here for Paris.
Yeah, really nice timing from Ghosty to challenge on that angle before the Hellstorm is locked in. And he'll find one more on the exit. Lead swap here in middle of the map for Paris. Heading down over towards the bottom left-hand side of the minimap. You do have Neptune here first. Help is supplied by Envoy behind this as Neptune searching for kills, but he's shut down, and FaZe now rotating over to the middle of the map. Oh! Huge turn from Abuzah. Pistol out. Not able to get the best of the GentleMates, who will stabilize with the spawns, and they will get their setup on the hill.
Yeah, no skills didn't even matter now from what Abuzah just did, because that
For Neptune, how much can he do? Catches one, backs away, and he is in and out like a ghost. And the timing here is exquisite. Nice shots towards Draza. Wants more and gets it. 4 in a row now for Neptune. Has an opportunity to get a read here that from Simp. The rest of FaZe are up top, and they're going to deal with it and have a chance to flip the map around again.
Yeah, this is perfect, man. It doesn't get any better than this if you are Paris. You get the first initial 40. Now you flip all of Vegas to force themselves to fight this old time. And you have the stats under control now going into the third set. Ghosty on 5 in a row. Everyone firing on all cylinders. Paris are going to be able to breach that 200 point mark. Just someone getting the HP.
Yep, but FaZe are able to get some 50-50 battles to go their way at mid, but Neptune's catching fuego. 24 and 18, 6 in a row. Huge advantage now for Paris. Continuing to
you know, FaZe are now forced to headbutt the hill. The more time you keep on getting, the more frantic FaZe are going to play, but they find all the kills at the right time. A clean 4 dead. You're in possession of Statue, but you just don't get the trade on Simp, who finds kill number 3 and is single-handedly going to break them down.
Yeah, this is just too much pressure for FaZe to deal with. They'll spawn out for now. Gunfights need to come through here for FaZe if they want to put together a comeback here late. Opportunity to play for the spawns, but the SMGs for Paris chasing you down. Envoy trying to block, trying to find a way to flip things around, and he's going to put himself on 3 in a row. Now all the GentleMates can take their attention to the hill. They'll set themselves up and have a chance to win the game here.
Yeah, this is one wave of gunfights is what you're looking for before.
Paris trying to keep their lives, keep the spawns, get back to full numbers. Back and forth go the kills, but Simp has the last word to open up the hard point. Draza, I believe, is known on this crossing angle, and Ghosty's going to give him a lot of damage. And to keep in mind, Paris can still win here, so the onus is still on the FaZe to try to find a break.
FaZe got to go, man. You got to go, and you got to find some kills. Trades going down, and it's Simp again, pops a double, keeps the numbers on their side. Simp, last man standing. You hard block the back spawn. Last push here for FaZe.
Yeah, he's able to shut down a lot of the rotation as Simp. A couple of members will fall, but it's not going to be enough. A tight affair, back and forth, and then Paris say, hold on a second, this is our map, our mode. Let's go the distance. Envoy now the sole defender at B. We're under 30 seconds, we have to make a call.
Simp will slip onto the site. Did anyone see this? May not make a difference. Draza's keeping him safe and Simp gets away. Simp does not find any exit angles initially. Big gunfight over towards tunnel. Envoy trying to clear it out. He finds first blood.
Draza there for the trade, but Envoy finds a second on the round. So now Draza stuck in no man's land. You leave it up to 0-4. Trying to make it a 1v1. Got 25.
And Envoy's trying to chase him down, but 0-4's out of there. Off the reload, gets the shoulder, gets the information. A little hide and go seek. Envoy on the hunt. Trying to wait him out. 0-4! The double jump over the box to get the 1v3.
Playmaker on playmaker. Movement at an extreme high level. But Draza spots him on the cross. Simp is just waiting for his moment to strike.
A couple of shots from Envoy tells FaZe that you can't come up top mid for free. Abuzah, nice shot, finds Ghosty on the exit, but Simp responds with one of his own. Full flip from 0-4, clears out Statue. Look at this post-plant setup now for Paris.
Envoy's
getting active. This comes down to if they can find the timing to get here in time. Envoy coming up over, he's able to find the diffuser. 2v2 situation, Neptune turns the tides up and over, and he'll get the round win. Huge play for Neptune to repossess mid, and more importantly, the trade of the sniper.
On a swivel. Try to predict where the play is going to develop at, but now Simp on the cover fire finds the first blood. Draza unfortunately loses the second battle. Still a 3v3.
0-4 in trouble though. Paris pulling a play out of FaZe's book with that late wrap back up to mid. And Simp was never able to get onto the bottom of the plant. So now he's got to try to play for his life. He's only able to find one elimination. Abuzah forced to try to snap out, finds the first to the 1v1. Up and over, the pistol was decent, but Ghosty was locked in and finds the win for Paris.
The auto mantle right there for Abuzah. Head on a swivel. Try to predict where the play is going to develop at, but now Simp on the cover fire finds the first blood. Draza unfortunately loses the second battle. Still a 3v3.
0-4 in trouble though. Paris pulling a play out of FaZe's book with that late wrap back up to mid. And Simp was never able to get onto the bottom of the plant. So now he's got to try to play for his life. He's only able to find one elimination. Abuzah forced to try to snap out, finds the first to the 1v1. Up and over, the pistol was decent, but Ghosty was locked in and finds the win for Paris.
The auto mantle right there for Abuzah.
They don't like the look of that. So now we go back over. And Mr. Commando, Simp
would be the one that could turn the tides here. Neptune stepping forward. No one bothering to look for this. Simp with the trigger discipline knows that if he gets bombed here, he probably wins the round. He gets one, and help from Abuzah allows a second to come through. FaZe now with the numbers. 25 seconds, you guys scramble. If you're Paris, not gonna find a kill. Flawless round for FaZe.
Yeah, and that's just Simp doing Simp things in search and destroy. Keeping them on that side of the map, and Abuzah, your job is to just put down shots. It seems that Paris have already gotten a read that this is a bait and switch. Simp gonna slide his way over to the site, is gonna be spotted and potentially isolated, but a nade on Abuzah for the first blood.
Yeah, maybe Paris want to contest this. Neptune trying to find timing.
Too fast.
And he does get picked and punished. So now it's the quick wrap back as Abuzah will give the call that no one's home at B. It's gonna force the 2v4 to Ghosty and Envoy, and well, now it's just the 1v4 for Envoy.
And Abuzah's in the position, another clean round there from FaZe. Back-to-back rounds without a single player fall. Battle in towards the tunnel. He sees Simp, but you still can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and they do see 04 Simp trying to isolate. They will find first blood. Now Paris can cut back through tunnel. Puts the attention to Abuzah defensively on the container. Finds one for free. Almost able to get the second, but the trade is out. FaZe looking to re-wrap the map to give themselves a different angle of approach in this 2v3, but it's an advantage to Paris.
And this is what Paris are expecting the rotation to come on in for FaZe. Now time is ticking. You still don't spot anyone. Thankfully, you throw the right shoulder. Simp somehow, some way is able to pop a double. 1v2 for Neptune.
And this is not where he wants to be. Simp's gonna come up from behind. Neptune gets one, but cannot slide away to give him a chance at the second. How does Simp get two there?
I think the play is here in the same exact day they did in the last attack. Draw the attention. Let's get the bomb down A.
Yeah, but do you have a response to this play on top at mid? 04 will get a read on it. Bomb will be planted to the 4v4 post plant. Exit is also going to be allowed to happen. And now it's down to who wins this fight up top. And Simp's able to find the first cleanly. Oh, goodness. 7 in a row now for Simp. Numbers advantage to FaZe. Simp able to give you one, but Ghosty cannot do on the other side. Easy cleanup. 5-2 map point to FaZe.
And he's on 8 in a row. No mistakes. And now he's just going to go for the chow. Why not? Doesn't find the kill, though. First blood Paris.
Yeah, I mean, damage into everybody, though. And 04, I think, is feeling that call out, saying, I can make a play. And he's able to somehow catch Simp with a knife out, just throwing constant shoulders. Long route now from Envoy. That may be round changing, but he's holding back. He's going to try to catch the defense on rotation as the bomb will be planted at B.
And Abuzah, hopefully you clear out your corners because Envoy is ready and waiting. FaZe have the info.
Where are we going?
They are over towards the B site. Envoy tries to get lost, 2v2.
There we go. Ghosty responds. Neptune on the corner. 04 trying to find an angle to get damage in. Now the true 2v2. Not a lot of time for FaZe to find a rewrap, but they're going to take it to the deep route. One last check for Ghosty down tunnel. No one home. Neptune just throwing shoulders. Nice opening damage on 04. Slows us down once again. Also some hit markers through the wall, and there's just nowhere to go. 04 smoke out. Able to find some damage, but it's going to be an extended map as Paris find their on Neptune versus the world. First shots are good. Cleanly wins it to a 1v2. Small pause on it.
Okay, he's got time now. You know, the rest of FaZe are most likely going to be at this B site. Abuzah and Abuzah, the Zaza bros, knowing that they're going up against this guy. Want to make sure they get information before they think about the objective plan.
And they also are going to have the know to know that Neptune's got an AR. So that may change how you set up potential post plant. There comes the plant. Neptune's waiting to see if they're going to rewrap back to their spawn. Not the case. He's going to be at the disadvantage in a major way with the clock now ticking against him and all the space he's got to clear. Decent shots for the first, able to find the kill. Now to the 1v1. Nade. Not going to land. It's Abuzah on the other side. Stun comes out, will land. That's good information for Neptune. This is bold. Oh, he may get an opportunity. They're going to meet over to the middle of the map. Neptune's going to have the advantage. Kill comes through. 1v2 for Neptune.
Great nade. Going to get both players weak in that position, but now they're just going to use that smoke to retreat. Already 30 seconds gone on the game clock, and now Vegas have the information there at A.
Oh, but Paris slide forward. They're trying to play. Neptune's looking for the hot hand. He's going to go forward to find one. Can he get away? Oh, a little bit of trouble for Envoy, but Neptune finds another. It's just down to Nep once again. Can he find the kill at the top? Yes, just to the 1v1. Oh!
We're not done! We're not done! I hear the music, but missed. Square one, playing for the information where the play is going to develop. And both teams right now do not want to make any mistakes.
Space clear. Initiation now to A. FaZe are going to re-clear B. Bomb not making a move yet, but Ghosty will now hop on. Look where they can set up their post plant, but no.
Paris are going to just try to play this from the defensive side of the maps. We flipped the map around with 30 seconds on the clock.
I have no idea where FaZe is, but now you can't waste any more time. We have to get this planted and Simp in a position watching the pinch.
You have to figure someone from FaZe is going to jump down right in front of you. Can you find this kill and get you a 3v2? It's Simp above. Simp timing gets information. Now you can alert yourself there's going to be a play over towards tunnel. Simp on the re-wrap. FaZe are all focused from the front. Long range shots are good for Simp. One more at range! Down just to one! And it's going to work out! Paris back to the grand!
Yeah, and that's the guy that I want to see. McLeod, Neptune versus some of his former teammates. Goes bonkers in those last couple of rounds. Single-handedly gives his team a chance. Hellstorm in round 11, your team doesn't find first blood, but this is where your teammates need to step up. Simp evens out the numbers. It gets mixy, time is ticking, and it's Mr. Simp again with 3 on a round to win it 6-5, have the rematch versus OpTic, and that's 2 times this weekend where FaZe find themselves up 5-2 on Colossus, and they lose 4 in a row, but this time it's a little different.